Hello everyone. Today we're going to have Dark Magician deck profile. So there are so many changes in the game, like the Master Rule that we've been using. We are now using the Master Rule 5. So most of the decks are now uh, you already know that. And also the current ban list that we're using, we are now using the April ban list. So let's start this one by showing you first the cards in the main deck. So we have 3 copies of Dark Magician. So this is my favorite artwork of Dark Magician. So that's the one I'm using. Then next, we have 3 copies of Magician's Rod. So the effect of the Magician's Rod is when we normal summon this card, we can add a spell card or a trap card that has Dark Magician, or a spell card or a trap card that specifically lists Dark Magician on its text. So we can add the Dark Magical Circle, the Eternal Soul, and many other more Dark Magician cards. So also this card can go back, or you can add it back to your hand when this card is in the graveyard by when your opponent activates a spell card or a trap card during his turn. By tributing a spellcaster on our field, we can have it back to our hand. Then next, we have 3 copies of Magician's Soul. So the effect of Magician's Soul, by sending 2 up to 2 spell cards or trap card from our field or coming from our hand to the graveyard, we can draw the same number of cards. So we can use it as a draw engine on this deck. And another effect of this card, when this card is in our hand, we can send a level 6 or you can send level 6 or higher spellcaster from your deck. Then you can activate one of its effect. Number 1, you can special summon this card to your field, or you can send this card also to the graveyard and then special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from the graveyard. So we can now easily special summon Dark Magician using this card, or we can use it as a monster on our field. It's up to you now. Then also, this card is being used by the spiral decks. So by the way, in TCG, the master plan is now banned. So I don't know how they will still use the Magician's Soul. Maybe I will check later on other videos about spiral decks. Then next, we have 1 copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Then next we have one copy of Palladium Oracle Mana. So I know you're thinking about the mana because this card can protect your level 7 spellcaster from being destroyed by card effects. So most likely Dark Magician can survive a from this being destroyed caused by card effects, but only once per turn. And then when your opponent activates a card or activates an effect that target a spellcaster on your field, when this card, the mana, is in your hand or in your graveyard, you can special summon her. So you will be having an additional monster to your field because of its effect. And because I don't have the DMG, so never mind the other effect of this card. Then next, for the Dragoon, we have this one. The Red Eyes Black Dragon, one copy only. Then next, another draw engine for this deck. We have Maxi. So Maxi is banned in TCG. So TCG users can use Upstart Goblin, Allure of Darkness, Path of Extravagance, Spellbook Engine for discard. So next, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom. So Ash Blossom is now free from the ban list in OCG, so we can now have a playset of this card. Then next, next 3 copies of Dark Magical Circle. When we activate this card, it acts like a Path of Duality. We can look at the top 3 cards of our deck. Then if there's a Dark Magician or a spell card or a trap card that specifically lists Dark Magician on its effect, we can add it to our hand. Then the remaining cards will go back to the top of our deck in any order. And also, whenever your Dark Magician is summoned to your field, when this card is activated, you can banish 1 card to your opponent's field, and that effect is once per turn. Then next, we have 3 copies of Soul Servant. When we activate this card, we can place a card that has Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl listed on its effect. It's either from our hand or our graveyard or even in our deck. And when this card is in our graveyard, by banishing this card, we can draw the same number of cards depending to the number. We can draw number of cards depending to the number of Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, and Palladium Monster. So because I have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl No, I don't have Dark Magician Girl on this deck. The Palladium Mana, it should be on our field or in our graveyard. So, if those cards were on my field or on my graveyard, I can draw 2 cards. Then, next, it should be indifferent names. So, even if you have 3 Dark Magicians on your field or in your graveyard, you will still draw 1. So, you need Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, and Palladium Monster with different names. So, you can draw 1 from each card. Sorry for that. Then we have, because we have plenty of spell cards, the Dark Magic Inheritance. So, by banishing 2 spell cards on our graveyard, we can add a spell card or a trap card that has Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl on its text. Then next, another draw engine. We have 3 Upstart Goblin. Then next, have for our fusion summon, we have the Secrets of Dark Magic. For special summoning, the fusion summoning the Dragon of Red Eyes, the Red Eyes Fusion. And we have the Magical Eyes Fusion also for fusion summon. Then we also have Instant Fusion. So, by the way, before I forgot, Red Eyes Fusion is limited to 1 copy in OCG, and Instant Fusion is limited to 1 copy in both OCG and TCG. So, the effect of Instant Fusion, by paying 1,000 of your life points, you can fusion summon a level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. Then, during your end phase, that card will be destroyed. Then next, we have 2 copies of Called by the Grave. Then we have Harpy's Feather Duster. So, Harpy's Feather Duster is banned in TCG. So, you can use the Dark Magic attack instead. Then next, we have 2 copies of Eternal Soul. So, whenever you have Dark Magician on your graveyard or in your hand, you can special summon it. And also, your Dark Magician is unaffected by your opponent card effects. And because if this card leaves your field, all your monster will be destroyed, so you need to protect this one. Then next, we have 1 copy of Magician's Navigation. Then we have 2 copies of Manhunt. Then lastly, for our main deck, we have 2 copies of Solemn Judgment. So, we're now proceeding to the extra deck. So, for our extra deck, we have the Thousand Eye Restrict. So, We can special summon it or fusion summon it using the instant fusion. The next, we have one copy of the Dark Magicians. So whenever a spell card or a trap card is activated, you can draw a card. Then if that card is a quick play spell or a trap card, you can set it to your field, and also you can activate that card during that turn also. Then next, we have one copy of Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Then for back row protection, we have this one, the Dark Magician, the Dragonite. Then also we have one copy of Quintet Magician. So if we use 5 spellcasters with different name, we can destroy all the board of our opponent. Destroy all the cards on the field of our opponent. Then this card is an effect. You cannot use it as a fusion material, and also you cannot use it as a tribute. So Super Poly and Kaiju won't work on this one. Then next we have the Dragon of Red Eyes. So I think this is the most powerful card on this deck because of its effect. So first, the fusion material of this card is Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, or we can use Dark Magician and a Dragon Fusion Monster. Nope, Dragon Fusion Monster. The Dragon Effect Monster. Sorry. So, you cannot target this card by card effects, and also this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. So hard to remove this card on the field. And also during your main phase, you can destroy monster of your opponent, one monster of your opponent, and if you do, inflict damage equivalent to the original attack of that monster. And that card, that effect can be used up to the number of normal fusion monster that has been used as its fusion material. So if we have the Dark Magician normal monster and a Red Eyes Black Dragon, they are both normal monsters, so we can use that effect twice. Then another effect of this card, by discarding one card, you can negate the activation of a card, and if you do, destroy that card, and this card will gain additional 1000 attack points. So from 3000 it will become 4000. Then TCG is still waiting this card to be released. So next, we also have Exist monsters on this deck. We have the Ebon Illusion Magician, number 11 Big Eye, and the Red Eyes Player Metal Dragon. They were the commonly used Exist monsters on this deck. Next, we have Link monsters. So we have this one, Induke the World Chalice Dragon. The next, we have uh, a card that can easily summon the Dragon of Red Eyes. We have this one, the Predaplant Berte Anaconda. So, once per turn, you can turn one monster of your opponent into Dark Attribute. Then, by paying 2,000 of your life points, you can send a normal fusion spell or a quick play fusion spell from your deck to your graveyard. Then, the effect of that spell will be the effect of the Predaplant Birthday Anaconda. So, if we use or if we send the Red Eyes Fusion, because most likely the card that we will be sending is the Red Eyes Fusion. So, we'll send this one. We can now have or we can now summon the Dragon of Red Eyes. Then you can special summon after you activate the effect of the Predaplant Birthday Anaconda. Then next we have this one, Witch Apprentice. So if you have IP Mascarena, you can use that. Then next, we have this one, Nightmare Phoenix. Then Nightmare Unicorn. And lastly, we have the BLS Link. So that's all for our extra deck and our Dark Magician deck profile. Hopefully you like this Dark Magician deck profile. So if you have any comments and suggestions or anything you want to say about this deck profile, you can write it down the comment section. And also please consider subscribing at this channel so that you can see other future uploads on this channel. And thank you for watching this video. So I hope you're all safe during this pandemic due to the COVID-19. And also, again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.